if you have a specific body type, you can work out specific to that body type. Or if you want to create a specific body type, then you would work out towards that specific body type. So let's take, for example, I used to work at the CLC for quite a few years. I've worked in other gyms, but let's take the CLC and Olds. You would see the same people. All they would do is be running on the treadmill. They'd come there and they'd be killing themselves on the treadmill for like an hour, like red face, sweating, doing a fantastic job. Now, of course, we don't know what they do outside of the gym. We only saw a quick glance at them at the gym. But the thing is that it's pretty difficult to burn body fat just for running. So it does a really good job at first, but resistance training does a much better job of burning body fat. The thing is that most people don't know that, and they think as long as I go to the gym and run for an hour or whatever it is, it could be 15 minutes, could be 40 minutes. I'm just using that as an example, is that they feel like they're going to burn body fat by just running, and that doesn't happen. So you see them with the same body type all the time, and maybe it's different. So I understand, like, you can do that, but it's different. So if you're training for, let's say you just want, like, running is great for healthy lungs and heart. So maybe you have history of heart issues in your family and you want a strong heart and lungs, so you run. Like, that's a really good idea. Maybe one of your goals is to do a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, or a marathon, whatever it is. If that's your goal, then you run. But the thing is that we don't put, like, our goals or what we're working towards doesn't equal the activity that we're doing. So the actions have to match what we're working towards. Otherwise, it's not going to work out.
So most people, not everybody, but most people that we have seen at the gym or had clients when we were doing personal training, most of their goals were, like, they wanted to lose weight. Like, that was the end goal. But a lot of them weren't working out in the most efficient way to lose weight, right? Because, like Drew was saying, a lot of gyms are set up for the bodybuilding world, because that's kind of how it got started. It all got started years ago, was when the bodybuilding world, I suppose, was booming. And I mean, I know there's still people out there that are bodybuilders, but it's definitely has decreased, right? There's less bodybuilders now than there once was. But a lot of gyms are still set up for that type of workout, right? With the heavy weights. And so a lot of times we'd have clients come to us and be like, well, I'm working out, but I haven't been seeing the results I want. And then when they share with us how they were working out, it was more of a bodybuilding style. So meaning heavy weights and low reps and targeted parts of your body, like isolated. So back day, chest day, leg day. And that's a very traditional way, right, for like a bodybuilder. So if you want to gain muscle mass and be in the bodybuilding world, that's how you would work out. But when you have a different goal, maybe you just want to be a little bit more toned, or maybe you want to drop some inches or some pounds, it would look a lot different than that.
Most people know, it's just kind of funny. Like, I think they have, like, the Oxygen magazines.
I can remember seeing, like, the trim fit bodybuilder type of person woman on the front of the magazine, and, like, being like, oh, I want to be like that. Like, how do I get a body like that? So you turn to that workout section where she shares her workout and you do that. But there's a lot of things that are behind the scenes that we don't even know, right? Like, training specifically for that photo shoot would have taken months, right?
Yes. And
for that magazine. And
then she would be dehydrated and carb depleted. So it really, And then of course they Photoshop, like, let's be real.
Right.
Not to take any, like, it's hard work not to take anything away from those fitness models, but they would Photoshop them as well. So everyone has different body types. So for me, my body type, my metabolism is really quick. So Dorothy runs all the time. And if I were to run all the time, I would lose, because of like how many calories you burn. My body burns calories without even doing anything. Don't get angry. We talked about hard gainers last week. But so for me to be like, okay, I want to go run with you every day, that doesn't meet my goals, or doesn't meet the body type that I want to present. Mm-hmm. So you have to understand. So I have to work out a little bit differently than Dorothy, and Dorothy has a different goal.
That's right. So I'll be running my first marathon in September. So right now, my workouts, because that's my goal. So it's not just about what body type you have, it's about your goal too.
Yeah.
Right? So most of my workouts are running based, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of my time is spent running. And then when I do a workout, it's not going to focus on I don't want to focus on building big muscle, right? Like I'm not going to be lifting a ton of weights, or I'm going to be doing more functional exercises that will help me be better at running, right? And focus more on those fast twitch muscles, right? So that I can run better, right?
Right, so it doesn't make any sense for Dorothy to be lifting heavy and low reps. But that's what some people would do. So some people would still, like, okay, I want to become a better runner. I'm going to run every day. And then they're going to be in the gym, like, lifting heavy weights. It just doesn't add up. So I guess what we're trying to explain here is that your workouts should replicate whatever goals you're working towards, if you have any. And if you don't, they should be similar. They should align with the body type that you're working towards. Because in most cases, people are working towards a body type, right?
Right.
Like, you want to be some like, we talked about men, but there's some women as well that want to be a bit bulkier. They want to be muscular. So that those workouts should replicate what you're looking for. And then some women want to be more toned. So the reps got to go up and the weights got to be lighter.
Got to go down.
And then it's the exact opposite. Like, I want to be a bit more bulky. I might want to be. So that's less cardio. Food needs to change a little bit as well. And then workouts change, less cardio and then heavier weights to gain some muscle mass. So it's very different for each particular person. You just have the problem of the two worlds not aligning.